Jones said it may not come when you want it, but he'll be there right on time. Hey, he's an on-time God. Yes, he is. Yes, God, honey. And God came up to that salon. He showed up and he showed out. And I'm going to tell you somewhere else he showed up when you didn't expect him. At that private dinner Mitt Romney was at. Okay, my hair is laid like Ann Romney, or what she wished it was laid like, okay? If her hair was laid like this, maybe her husband would have been attracted to her and it would have baffled his mind and he wouldn't have made them stupid ass comments he made at this private dinner. But I'm going to tell you something, Nelson. I don't blame him for what he said, and I don't fault him for what he said. One thing you know I love about people, honey, say what you mean what you say, and stand firm in your word while you walking in your talk. You meant it, you said it, and you meant it. And I'm not mad with you for saying it, because the fact of the matter is, my daddy has always told me our experience, our point of view, and our outlook on life is the sum total of our experience, okay? And his comments were based on his experience. I can't fault nobody for their opinion based on the way they were brought up and all they know, okay? And from the hill that he sits on, looking down on the rest of the people, he believes that 47% of the people, no matter what, are going to vote for Barack Obama, because that 47% feel like it is the government's responsibility to take care of them. That 47% believe that they are entitled to health care, food, and housing. Mitt Romney went on to say at this dinner that it is not his job to worry about those people, okay? He'll never be able to convince those people to take personal responsibility and care for their lives. Yes, God, Mitt Romney, go in and let have. You said that. You said that. What I want you to know, Nelson, is I'm not going to go in on Mitt Romney for what he said. I'm not going to go deep into the politics, because I don't claim to know a whole lot about it. But what I am going to point out is what the lessons are for us to learn from this. And these lessons transcend color lines. In the words of Al Sharpton, baby, just because you my color don't make you my kind. In fact of the matter is, Mitt Romney, it was one of your wealthy white golfing buddies who set your ass up, because I can guarantee you a bitch that looked like me, or a bitch that looked like Mary Celestis Gonzalez, was not the one that was in that dinner with that camera phone filming your ass with these inflammatory statements. I bet you shitting bricks trying to figure out who set your ass up, who did it, who had a Metro PCS phone inside this dinner. Go in, okay? Now, you know, the beautiful thing about living in a country with a bipartisan government is that we all have the right to choose. We are vote for who you want to vote for. Vote for the person who best represents your interests. I'm going to tell you something, Nessa. I'm not one of them people who be like, oh, because somebody's a Republican, they're a bad person. And I'm not going to promise you that I identify with Democrat. I simply vote each time around for the person who best represents my interests. I'm not mad at Mitt Romney. I'm not mad for people who think like him. I can't expect people to think like me and they haven't walked a mile in my shoes. Just like I can never understand Mitt Romney's school of thought because I've never walked in his, okay? Vote for the person, identify with the party that best represents your interests. What I want us to stop doing, though, is equating a skin color with a Democratic party. With a political affiliation. Just because I'm black doesn't necessarily mean I should be a Democrat. And just because I'm white doesn't necessarily mean I should be a Republican. Okay? If these people's values and overall policies align with what it is you believe or what you believe strongly, then that's the way you should vote. I don't know if I'm Republican or I'm Democrat, but I'll say in this election, one of the most important things to me are gay rights. So, you know, in this election, the one they sold me, whoever is the person that's voting for gay rights and civil liberties for all, that's what's most important to me this time around. Some of the other policies, yeah, they are important and they may impact my life, but my overall decision is being made based on the one thing that pulls my heartstring the most. And that's oftentimes how most people vote. What I want to point out, though, is that we cannot get mad at people based on how they vote and what they believe, okay? What I've come to learn about government and life and just everything is that given any alternative, okay, it is basic human nature for the person to choose the option that benefits them most, okay? If I got $1 gazillion and it's on the ballot for me to give away half my money to the poor, or for me to keep my damn money in the form of tax cuts, which one do you think most people are going to choose? So I'm not mad with these people for fighting for what they think, want, and believe. Yes, as a poor person, as a middle class person, growing up as a lower middle class person, it's easy for me to look up and say, that ain't right, they need to pay more taxes, they need to da-da-da-da-da-da. But I often ask myself, if I was on the other side of the stick and I had all the money, fact of the matter, it ain't your job to count my pockets. Whether I got $5 million or $5 trillion, it's not your job to count my pockets nor tell me how emotionally attached I should be to my money. It's mine. And you can't get mad at me for wanting to keep it, every single last dime of it, if I want to. That's basic human nature. It ain't a matter of right or wrong, because it ain't no right or wrong answer. No one person can deem, oh, because somebody got this much money, they need to give more to the poor, or because this person is poor. You can't do that, okay? Just vote for what best represents you, your beliefs, and leave everybody else alone. We got to stop attacking folks based on their political affiliations, this, that, and the third, and respect people. That's all I ask for. I may not agree with you. I may not agree with what you believe in, but I'm not going to stand in your way of your standard way of life and your basic way of living. But speaking of respecting folks, here's what the fuck I'm going to need a whole lot of y'all to do. I'm going to need y'all to stop tweeting, texting, calling, and emailing me and telling me what the fuck I need to do with the platform that I created. If I get one more goddamn tweet, you need to be telling people to register to vote. You need to be telling people to register to vote. No, the fuck I don't. I do what the fuck I want to do with the platform I created. When I wake up in the morning, telling people to register to vote is not on my heart. Okay? There's enough people out there telling people to register to vote. Puffy, the NAACP, the Alphas, the Deltas, the Kappas, the Sigmas, the Omegas, the Qs, and even the IOTAs telling people to register to vote. Okay? The news telling people to register to vote. Al Sharpton, the Rainbow Push Coalition telling people to register to vote. Registering to vote, yes, it is very important, but it is not on my heart. And I don't know why we think in election year that's the only important thing for us to do. With the platform that I created, I feel that it's more important for me to call attention to some of the issues that get swept under the rug and explain some of these high-level things that many of our people with basic intellect and basic conversation skills can't understand. Okay? How about this, bitch? You go create a platform and tell people to register to vote. Okay? Let me the fuck alone and let me do my work. Okay? God bless me with a big mouth. And with this mouth, he lead my heart to do the work I want to do and the work that he put on my heart, okay? And if I ain't telling people to register to vote, it's because when I woke up this morning, God then put it on me to tell people to register to vote. Now blame him. Now this is the first and the last time you're gonna hear me tell people to go register to vote. How about that? Yes, God, with this political woman here. Anyway, child, register to vote. Respect people. Mitt Romney, yeah, it sucks for you. I don't know how you're going to clean this up. You may need to call Kerry Washington from Scandal, but then again, she's a black person, probably was part of that 47% in which you were talking about. It's just so funny, though, how you won't fuck with the 47% when it's, you know, for voters' rights and for legislation, but you'll let that 47% come clean your house and rear your children. Ain't that some shit? God said he may not come when you want him, but he'll be there right on time. Anyway, Miss Mitt Romney, I'd be curious to know how you're going to get out of this one. And let's go play Pinochle or Tunk or something at the country club. Anyway, Nessa girl, I'll call you later. Bye.